In the same week, both Angelina Jolie and Jennifer Aniston, two women forever linked to Brad Pitt during two different eras of Hollywood, spoke publicly about their pasts. Yet what truly stands out is not what they said, but how they chose to face their old wounds. One remains trapped in an endless legal war, while the other breaks her silence after decades of restraint. Between them, Brad Pitt, once the golden man of Hollywood, once again finds his image refracted through the unforgiving light of time and public scrutiny. At 50, Angelina Jolie stands at a vastly different stage of her life, but serenity still eludes her. Instead, she continues to live amid the lingering echoes of a marriage that collapsed nearly a decade ago. The legal battle surrounding the Chateau Miraval winery in southern France, once a symbol of their love, has now turned into a courtroom battlefield, each court document cutting open emotional scars that never truly healed. In her latest filing to the Los Angeles Superior Court, Jolie not only responded to Pitt's demand for access to private text messages, but also revealed a striking detail. "I left him full control and residence over all our family homes in Los Angeles and Miraval without seeking compensation, only hoping he would find calm after such a painful time." It was more than a legal statement. It was a quiet confession from a woman who once chose endurance over confrontation. Brad Pitt, now 61, has denied all allegations of abuse. Yet no matter how reasoned his defense may be, one cannot shake the sense that this war is no longer about money or property. It is about reclaiming the right to one's own story. Jolie wrote that she and the children have never returned to Miraval because it is tied to painful events that led to the divorce. A line that seems gentle, yet carries more weight than any court ruling. For Miraval is not merely an estate. It is a symbol, the place where they married in 2014, where their children once ran through the vineyards of Provence. Now it has become a sealed-off memory, unreachable and forbidden. A source close to the family observed, "From the divorce to the custody fights to Miraval, they never really ended. Maybe only when the kids are fully grown will everything finally rest." But for Angelina Jolie, a mother who has spent more than half her life protecting her children, letting go has never been simple. What she defends now is not fame, but the memories of 6 children who bear the Jolie-Pitt name: Maddox, Pax, Zahara, Shiloh, Knox, and Vivian, all growing up in the complex legacy of 2 of the world's biggest stars. While Angelina fights her battles in court, Jennifer Aniston, Brad Pitt's first wife, has chosen another arena to close a different kind of trial, the trial of public opinion. In another development, Jennifer Aniston has spoken out to refute the rumors and lies surrounding the collapse of her marriage to Brad Pitt. She firmly denied ever putting her career above having a family. In fact, she revealed that she had quietly tried to conceive through in vitro fertilization. For nearly 20 years, her name has been tethered to one cruel label: the woman left behind because she didn't want children. But in a recent interview with Allure, Jennifer broke her silence. "I tried to get pregnant. I did IVF, drank Chinese herbs, tried everything possible. I just couldn't talk about it. It was too private." Her confession wasn't a plea for sympathy, but an act of truth, a reclamation of her own narrative, and a voice for countless women judged by their ability to bear children. She said, "I kept hearing that I didn't have kids because I was selfish, because I loved my career too much. But I'm human too. There's a limit to silence. I've been quiet for too long." At 56, Jennifer Aniston no longer seeks pity. She seeks to be heard, as a woman who has survived decades in the media storm and remained standing with rare dignity in Hollywood. Brad Pitt may be the only person connecting both stories, yet he remains the quietest of all. In legal documents, he denies Jolie's claims. With Aniston, he has never publicly responded. Perhaps Brad understands that whatever he says now will be filtered through skepticism. Once celebrated as the flawless ideal, he is now seen as the man who broke 2 women's hearts. The image of Brad Pitt, caught between Miraval and Beverly Hills, has become a metaphor. A man who once had everything: fame, love, family, but could not hold on to peace in any of them. And perhaps the saddest truth is this: no matter where they are, all 3 remain tethered to one another's names. What stands out is that neither Angelina Jolie nor Jennifer Aniston spoke up to fight back against Brad Pitt. They spoke to redefine themselves. Angelina chose the courtroom, a place where she is forced to revisit the silences of her past. Jennifer chose the press, a place where she reclaimed her story after decades of being written for her. Both, in their own way, are doing what many Hollywood women once feared, admitting that pain does not make them weak. And in doing so, they have sparked a quiet revolution, a shift in how the public perceives womanhood, fame, and truth. Behind every glamorous marriage and red carpet smile lies a human story, fragile, conflicted, and searching for its own voice. When Brad and Angelina married at Miraval, the media called it the wedding of the century. Now, the same Miraval headlines read, "The court battle of the decade, the same place, two moments in time, one for love, one for heartbreak." Much like Hollywood itself, where memory and spotlight intertwine, where privacy is illusion, and where happiness is fleeting. Behind all this is a simpler truth. Jennifer Aniston is not the 36-year-old actress standing in the wreckage of a marriage. She is a 56-year-old woman reflecting on a life that unfolded differently from what she imagined. Her honesty is not provocation but closure. She has spent years explaining, defending, and redefining herself. What she offers now is not an explanation at all, but an end to explaining. The power of her remark lies precisely in its refusal to perform virtue. It is neither sentimental nor political. It doesn't apologize for wanting what she wanted. It doesn't apologize for not wanting what others think she should. In a culture that still asks women to justify their paths, that kind of directness sounds almost revolutionary. It is easy to see why the story refuses to fade. The names, Aniston, Pitt, Jolie, belong to an era when celebrity felt mythic, when fame still carried the illusion of permanence. But the people behind them have changed, and so has the world around them. The love triangle that once defined them now functions as a lens through which society studies itself. What began as gossip has become a lesson in narrative, gender, and the cost of visibility. If Aniston chose forgiveness through silence, Jolie chose protection through law. Both are strong, only different in how they rose after the fall. The world is now re-examining what used to be dismissed as celebrity drama. But when Angelina Jolie speaks in court, and Jennifer Aniston opens up in an interview, it is no longer about the past. It is about the right to self-narrate. In the public sphere, however, motherhood remains a field of moral judgment. Society celebrates choice in theory, but still measures women by the outcomes of those choices. Adoption, fertility, or remaining child-free, each path carries invisible expectations. For Aniston, the scrutiny was relentless because she symbolized a generation of women balancing independence with the traditional expectations of family. For Jolie, the scrutiny came from another direction: accusations of performative compassion and questions about power in international adoption. Both faced criticism that mirrored the cultural unease around female autonomy. The conversation their lives represent extends beyond celebrity. It reflects the tension between privacy and performance in modern womanhood, the demand to live authentically while being watched. Aniston's candor challenges the assumption that silence is grace. Jolie's restraint challenges the notion that visibility is validation. Together, they show two different responses to the same pressure: to control a narrative that was never theirs to begin with. Because in an industry obsessed with perfection, the courage to speak one's pain is what makes them truly remarkable. Miraval's final ownership may be decided by a judge, but the right to tell their story will forever belong to them. "I was trying to get pregnant," Jen, 56, shared with Allure. "It was a challenging road for me, the road to motherhood.